All right, so let's take a look at a couple of examples of geometric series. So it states that if your ratio r is greater or equal to 1, then the series of a times r to the n power diverges. If the absolute value of r is less than 1, then your series will converge. Now, if it does converge, it will converge to the sum a over 1 minus r. So what we want to do is evaluate or show divergence. And let's check this out. We have n equals 0 to infinity of the series 6 times 1 over 7 to the n power. Okay, so for this example, what we're going to have is that, well, you want to label your a and r. So what is the value of a? A is equal to 6. The value of r is 1 over 7. Now, if I take the absolute value of r, or the absolute value of 1 over 7, is it greater or equal to 1 or less than 1? It's going to be strictly less than 1. So that means that this series will converge, right? So what we just showed here so far is that the given series is a convergent geometric series or converges. So this is where I have to plug in the values. So a is 6, r is 1 over 7. So let's do the math. First, you work with the denominator. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't know why it's laggy. I'm sorry about that. If you look at the denominator, 1 minus 1 over 7, what would that be? 6 over 7. So we have 6 over 7. This is the same thing as saying 6 times 7 over 6. So if you multiply 7 by 6 and then divide by 6, what happens to the 6's? That's right. The 6's will cancel and you're left with 7. And that would be your solution, right? We have that the given series is a convergent geometric series because if you look at the work to our right, to our left, the absolute value of r, which is 1 over 7, is strictly going to be less than 1. So therefore it converges. What does it converge to? It converges to a over 1 minus r. And since our a is 6, r is 1 over 7, you get 6 over 7, which will then simplify to 7. How's that? That's good? From the previous, okay. Let me just do one more example of this, and then I definitely can. Let's say now, for example, 2 equals 0, the series from n equals 0 to infinity of, let's say, I don't know, let's just make this negative 4/3 to the k power. In the second example, what is the value of a? 1. What is the value of r? Negative 4 over 3. Now here, got to be careful. You see, when r is equal to negative 4 over 3, negative 4 over 3 is clearly less than 1. But what we have to consider is the absolute value of r, right? Is the absolute value of r that is what we're comparing it to 1. So if I take the absolute value of r or the absolute value of negative 4/3, what is the absolute value of negative 4/3? It's going to be just 4 over 3. Now 4/3, is it going to be bigger, greater or less than 1? Yeah, it's definitely greater or equal to 1. So what do we know about this series? That's right, the series diverges. So we can say that this series is a divergent geometric series. And that will be it. There you go. Yep. All right, let me stop this video.